You know them days where you just think, oh, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be fast. You know, I'm here, I'll just go ahead and do this, get it out the way. Well, one of them mornings I thought was gonna be that way. Come to the mill, guy was needing 16 1x8 cypress. I have 2 cants laid there, squared up from yesterday, at 8 inches. They're 8x8s. He only needed 16, so I figured I'd get at least 10 out of there. Make it quick. I have a few scabs laying on the ground that I could just put up there and just size them. You know, quick little job, 16 of them. Well, that was the plans until I put the mill in gear, engaged the blade. And let me show you what happened. Let's get up here and get an eye on this. Put it in gear. Look what happened. No, not a broke belt. Definitely not the clutch. It's still here. That was my first thing, was, oh no, the clutch bolt broke. But it was this culprit. It's big, it's heavy, and that is the belt tensioner. You can see it's a bolt that runs through the center of this thing and welds to that little doohickey right there. You can adjust the tension on the belt with that. So, here's the plan. Going to disassemble this and see what we need to fix it. I don't think we'll get it fixed today, but we will get this thing disassembled and kind of show you the process of what it takes to do it. It's never happened to me before on here, but hey, things happen. Gotta fix it. Let's get it done. This is one of the things I did miss on inspection, to do preventative maintenance, because you got to take this whole entire shield off right here to even see it. All right, me and Mason is going to start the disassembly, getting the cover off of this mill so we can get in there and work on that tensioner a whole lot more easy than with it on there, just to show you how it's set up back there. Pretty sure that's right there, the nuts and bolts he's messing with. There's 3. There's going to be 1 right here, and then where's the other 2, Mason? 2 right there. Pretty sure that is a 1/2 inch. That is a 1/2 inch nut on there. Get you a wrench, ratchet, whatever. You're gonna need 1 to back it and 1 to spin a nut. I don't have a wrench, so I got this. I know y'all have all seen those. Crescent wrench, adjustable wrench, also known as a strip wrench. Because if you do a lot of work, you know that they will strip a nut out in a second. But when we get over here, we're going to get this thing done. I always like to put everything back together. Keeps you from losing this sawdust. Right. Nope. I gotta get better position. Here, hold this.
You ready?
Why are you tightening it going at? Stop moving it. You going the same way I'm going.
I can do that nut by my hand. Stop.
Double speed. 1 more. Watch out. Mason's trying to feed me sawdust. Knot heads. Y'all got nod heads. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And brush it right in my nose. I'm hungry, but I ain't wanting to try to eat sawdust.
I'm gonna let you start it.
I knew that was coming. You seen how I put my hand up there? Another bonehead move. Nod head move. Alright, once you get that last bolt out, this cover should come right off. Nope, look at that. One more on the top.
4 bolts.
4 bolts. I missed that one. There is one on the top.
There is one on the top. That's your job and then the back.
Tighten it up.
I'm gonna let you have the back.
Look, you always put the long side that way. We're going to put all these bolts in the same spot. Right on top of this tank. Look at him. Look at that big old strong boy right there. Don't drop it, pal. Set this off over here. Alright, let me get y'all down in here so you can see exactly what happened. See, that's how that thing works. It just sits in here and pivots. I've seen this happen on another mill also of Thomas's. See how it just tore off? So what we got to do, I think I'm going to bring it. We're going to go to my dad's house in a minute. I got to get me a weld machine. We are going to weld it back, and maybe we're going to fix it. Put it that way. I don't know if we'll weld the same piece back in there. We may go ahead and cut it right here. I don't know, it keeps getting blurry. Cut it right here and weld a new corner on. We'll figure it out when we get there. We got metal. We got weld machine.
Got torch.
Me and Mason's fixing to get this thing disassembled and get it up there and glue some steel together. Andrew, that's right. You gonna glue it?
No.
Come on. Alright. All there is to get this thing apart, looks like a 9/16 bolt with an Allen head right here to hold it. And it will be off of there. So I'm gonna set you back up. We'll get this thing off of here. Shouldn't be any trouble at all. Should go pretty quick. We got you set up where I think you can see. 9/16 nut.
And
7/32 Allen wrench. There we go. Easy peasy. As you can see the part, there's that Allen head. The nut goes right on there. Like I said before, I like keeping my stuff together, because it will get lost. It's hollow in there for some odd reason. Why that's not... Can you see that? Get you up in here. Oh, what the heck that's about? Guess it's hollow, so they can put this little tip of this pin in there and weld it out. Yeah, it looks like you can see I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a fracture line. Get the light right where you can see it. There's a fracture line that comes from here and was tearing across the back side right here. We're gonna get this back flat, probably cut that end off, leave a solid plate. We'll figure it out. We'll get it all said and done. We'll make it work, guarantee it. You can see this right here ain't nothing but a regular bolt with the head going off of it. If you got in a dire pinch and you needed one, you could go to the hardware store or wherever and get you a 4.5. Well, let me get that in frame. 4.5 inches. You can make one of these. All right, what I think I'm gonna do for a quick fix. See that what I was telling y'all about earlier? How that right there? Let me get it up here. Oh, this right here is already starting to tear. Probably grind that most of this back to expose this right here. Maybe even peel it back. For some reason, why there's two thin layers. This is a layer on the other side. This right here is trying to peel back. I'll clean these edges up to where this will pull down in here, and I can get this fit a little bit tighter. And then I'll come back through here and weld all this out. I'll grind it, give a little bevel through all this and this other side, and weld this up pretty good. Grind that all back out smooth, and then kind of backfill all of this right here. Just don't know why on this side that wasn't even welded out at all on this side of this bolt. Looks like there's a weld, but it didn't stick, and that may have contributed to the problem. Torqued and cracked it. But that's the plan. That's what we're going for. Let's do it. And this is my dad's grinder, of course. It ain't got a guard on it. With a grinding rock like that, I don't really mind not having the guard. But with a cutting wheel, I do not advise running it without a guard. These blades right here, these little thin ones, will blow up on you and can cause a lot of problems. Alright, that fits in there pretty good like that. Slide that in tight. What I did right here in this area, get this way you might can see it a little better. Kind of gouged this out. Brought that down lower than what it needs to be. You can see it's purple. Where it's a lot thinner and that metal heated up fast. Gives us some room to weld this out good and then better grind it down smooth. So I don't know why it's hollow in there. So what in the world that's all about? It's like a cut right through here that's hollow. But anyhow, let's get that other piece cleaned up and we'll get it welded.
heated up, turn colors right there. That's
Yeah.
paper thin metal. It ain't solid.
That's right.
And
All right, y'all remember that hollow spot that I was talking about earlier? That's a weak point. I ground that all the way out. Left my 2 points. And that way, well, I'm shaky all zoomed in. Left them 2 points right there. That gives us a way to keep it straight and be where it needs to be. I think it'll be stronger actually doing it like this. So let's go get the weld machine set up.
first pass, that was all right.
I think we got it. Let's check out this handy dandy do-it-yourself kind of stuff here. We got it welded. Got it ground down smooth. It's a pretty tight, snug fit if you ask me. Plate's bent. I don't know if y'all can tell, a little bit. Bent just a little bit. But I think that's gonna work. Nothing fancy. Y'all seen we were, ooh, this thing's still kind of hot. Had to pause for a minute, test it. Let's get this thing flipped over. This is what I'm doing here. Y'all seen we were sitting on the ground welding. We got to get that man a welding table made. Got to get him one made. Might do it Father's Day. Got to round up the iron to do it. Be a good little project. I use it all the time. Let's check out this weld and see. You can see here, I gouged it. This is where the pin was, and this is where the tear was, right in here. I gouged it back. That's probably almost, let me get you back in frame. It's almost an inch from where the tear was, way up here. I gouged it back that far so we can weld deep, penetrate all the way, run that metal all the way back here and grind it back smooth. So after we ground it down, we still had a lot of metal to hold right here and didn't grind it all out. We got rid of that thin stuff, that 2-wall thin stuff. That's why this tore. That is a bad design, and I don't know why it was done. I imagine it was a manufacturer's deal on the way they put them things together and can put it together fast. But hopefully this holds up better and is a whole lot stronger. But you can see this is one edge of the tear, run to here and then run back to here on this corner. So this little piece tore out. We welded it way back here. Spray a little paint on it, get it sealed up, prevent the rust. All right. All that looks good. I believe it'll hold, satisfied with it. And I'll be seeing y'all back at the mill when we're putting this thing on to show you how it performs. All right, y'all, we have gotten back to the mill. It's the next day, of course. Got a little rain out there and everything else. But we have our part. It's welded up. Everything looks kosher. So, let's put this thing on here, get it tensioned up, and put this joker in gear and get a little sawdust going and see how our job did and see if we fixed it right. All right, here's the bracket that bolts up to right here, looking at it from the front. Old belt's floppy, ain't it? We're about to fix that. Let's get our pulley and our bracket and this 9/16 nut. As you can see, this thing bolts in right here. All right, to put this thing on, I'm gonna go ahead and start it from underneath. Put it on here about the way it's supposed to go. And try not to have to take that belt off of there. All right, think we can get it like that. 7/32. That's what I'm using for the Allen head. 9/16 wrench. Always put the thing on backwards the first time. Don't need to be super tight. As far as the the nut goes in the back, tightening that up, you don't need to bear down on that super tight. You start pinching this off. I'll get it a little tighter than that, of course, but I'm just getting it in there close. We'll snug it up. You want it tight enough to where you don't have a whole bunch of slack in it, but you want it to still be able to move. I'm going to tension this up, and then I'll probably tighten it up just a little bit more to secure everything. And you can see this bolt right here. That's going to be the tensioner. If you're wondering how this tensioner works, of course your belt pulls down on this pulley. This right here, you screw it down into the frame, and that's going to lift that up. And it's pretty basic design, and it seems to work fairly decent. I don't understand why that bracket had that hollow spot in it. I could see where that was a weak point, and you can see when I took it off of there and we were fixing it earlier what I'm talking about right there. I can see with a little tension on that belt on the outside, pushed it and snapped the end of that ear off. I don't like that. Let me get my wrench here. All right, now that we have this thing tightened up, remember to tighten this up, your locking nut. I do not have the blade tensioning tool to where you measure your pressure and the blade deflection and all that stuff. I will be getting one of those and double checking this belt and showing you how that works. Very important to have that to make sure all your stuff is operation ready, I guess, so to speak. But check this out. I know this belt still has a fair amount of life into it, but look at the cogs. They're starting to crack in between them right here. Starting to get that in there. I ain't really wanting to buy one of these belts. I'm gonna run this one for a good bit longer because it's still doing the job, but under inspection while I was here, I can see that I may need to get one on hand. And I will be getting a cogless belt. You don't have these teeth in here. If you know what I'm talking about, don't have the teeth, it's just smooth. And hopefully that'll work a good bit better. But we're gonna get this thing dogged off. I'm gonna tighten this up a little bit, and we're gonna button this machine back up. Matter of fact, I may run it without this top cover on here just to make sure that everything works before I button it all back up. We got them couple cypress boards on here to cut. We'll make a few passes on there, double check the work we done. So let's see how it does. Stick around. So far, so good. Had you on the machine because that's what we was looking at. Everything's tight, everything's still in place, no squeaking when the blade was engaged. Let's take a look at these cuts. Get you down from here. Let's go look at them. Everything's square, everything's straight. I'm satisfied with it. Dadgum, it's hot and muggy. I ain't got my sunglasses on. Whew. But anyhow, look, pleased with it. Turned out good. I like it. It's gonna hold us. It's gonna do us. Sometimes you don't have to buy all them expensive replacement parts and all that. Fix what you got. If you got the time. I know some of y'all do not have the time, and I run into that situation a lot also. But if you can, not only did me and my dad fixed it and saved a little bit of money right here, also got to spend quality time with my dad. Well, look, if you ever get that opportunity, don't pass it up. Hang around them as much as you can. Enjoy it. Put a little time in it. I don't know, probably didn't take us 45 minutes to an hour, me and my dad, to grind it all out, weld it up, got it done, and we back running. I'm gonna get these things right here loaded up. These few boards I got loaded up in the back of my truck. He's gonna come pick them up from me after a while. And look at here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Hope this helped somebody out. Maybe it was informational for you. Maybe help some of y'all that have this mill that may see this problem later on. I hope not. It's just a little glitch in this one. Hopefully it was just this one that it happened to. But with that being said, y'all have a great, wonderful day. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Cut on. And always remember, y'all come back, you hear?